themselves to death, and we betray them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
In San Francisco on February 24, 1955, Steve Jobs was born and grew up in what is known as Silicon Valley, the perfect environment for the future company owner to gain more intelligence in growing technologies. Steve Jobs created computers and technology that was for the regular, everyday person. He thought about making the computer a personal experience for the people, and a computer that makes sense, is easy to operate, and is fun to use. The Macintosh was the first computer that really captured the personal experience. It was the fourth computer that Apple produced.
So Alan, how has Steve Jobs changed our world?
I think one of the biggest ways was cultural, actually.
Steve Jobs made technology a big part of our culture. He has shaped how we live today. Steve Jobs created a company that connected every single aspect of our lives. He also changed how computers are today. Without Steve's ideas of making computers personal and appealing, we would still be using ugly boxes for word processing and other basic applications. Steve created an elegant device used for any form of entertainment, and it is simple and set the bar for future computers. His ideas brought every single member of the family together. His designs made computers not only for adults, but also for kids. Steve Jobs took a simple idea and made it into a way of life. In May of the year 1985, Steve Jobs was let go from the Apple company. He had a falling out with John Sculley, the man he hired as the CEO, and John went to the board of directors and they sided with him. They fired Steve and he was devastated.
What ruined Apple was values. John Sculley ruined Apple, and he ruined it by bringing a set of values to the top of Apple which were corrupt, and that corrupted some of the top people that were there, drove out some of the ones that were not corruptible, and brought in more corrupt ones, and paid themselves literally, collectively, tens of millions of dollars, and cared really more about their own glory and wealth than they did about what built Apple in the first place, which was making great computers for people to use.
I was focused on how do we sell Apple II computers. He was focused on how do we change the world.
After Steve was fired, he sold all but one of the stocks in the Apple company that he owned and used the money to buy a small animation company called Pixar. He mainly used the company to create computer animation software, but in 1991, Pixar cut a deal with Disney and created the first computer animated feature film, Toy Story. During this time, he also created a company to build and design computers and software called Next. He tried to sell these computers as a way for higher education, but he couldn't seem to get enough sales to keep the company going. Later, the Apple company bought Next for its hardware and software, and Steve Jobs was reunited with his company.
They started a company named Next, another company named Pixar, and fell in love with an amazing woman who would become my wife. Pixar went on to create the world's first computer animated feature film, Toy Story, and is now the most successful animation studio in the world. In a remarkable turn of events, Apple bought Next, and I returned to Apple, and the technology we developed at Next is at the heart of Apple's current renaissance. And Lorene and I have a wonderful family together.
Steve was all about simplicity and harmony. He wanted the computer to have clarity and consistency and create a beautiful, easily recognizable user experience. He believed that simple things were the most sophisticated. He used vibrant colors, translucency, and drop shadows to make it easier to notice windows. He wanted everything to be easy and comfortable to use.
Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And that wasn't just a slogan, it actually was really what we've been striving for. And the Apple scene symbolized that. So I think we're going to stick with it.
He saw a little bit of this, he saw a little bit of that, and he said, we need to do this, we need to take it from an expensive business experience to a personal, low-cost experience, and we'll build a company from it.
It is in Apple's DNA that technology alone is not enough. It's technology married with liberal arts, married with the humanities, that yields the results that make our hearts sing. Steve Jobs said this when he introduced the iPad 2. In college, Steve took a calligraphy class because he was interested in the liberal arts. At the time, he didn't know what he would ever use this for, but when he was designing the Macintosh, he used his experience in calligraphy to create typography and different fonts for the computer. This added class and sophistication to the computer's overall design. Steve believed that when companies of different fields came together, they could create something that was amazing. When Steve was a part of Pixar, he brought the world of video and the world of animation together, adding something to the computers that was never thought of before.
You know, he wanted to give people the devices that they would use to consume video and audio. Then he wanted to give them the video and audio to consume. He's created the future of entertainment.
By creating iTunes in the App Store, Steve Jobs gave us quick access to games, music, and videos. This gave the people a place to go for all their entertainment needs. He brought all the major technology fads together. Before iTunes, people had to go out to record stores to buy music and go to movie stores to buy or rent films. Steve created a program which combined these things into one place that was accessible from the comfort of your own home. He made it so that you could download and sync music, videos, and games straight into the Apple device. The iTunes Store enhanced the sale of music and iPods. The iTunes Store and the iPod complemented each other and increased each other's sales. The App Store created a way to download everything that you needed onto one device. Instead of having one device for gaming, one for music, a television, and a telephone, he combined them into one so that you could listen to music, watch movies, play games, and call people all on one device. This device is the iPhone. The Apple Store was designed in such a way that people could come in and experience the Apple devices the way they would at home. Throughout the store, you could walk up to any Apple device and start using it. Each device is hooked up to the internet so that you can do whatever you want right then and there. Laptops sit on the table so that people can experience wireless internet and can pick them up and see how they feel. Each section of the store is dedicated to a specific type of device so that it is easy for you to find what you are looking for. The store also has desks that allow people to ask questions and learn things about or concerning the technology. Like the computers, Steve Jobs wanted the store to be easy and comfortable. He wanted the store to look simple and sophisticated. He even held a patent for glass stairs. The feel of the Apple Store was meant to be clear, easy, new, and comfortable.
You know of him. What do you think he'd like the legacy to be, the Steve Jobs legacy to be?
Giving mankind the most useful, helpful tools we've ever had in our history.
Steve Jobs created a new way of living. He created an ultimate tool to help us in our daily lives. He connected the dots, bringing work, entertainment, and just basic tools together in an easy, accessible form. He set the bar for every computer company and every entrepreneur in the world. He showed us how to make life simpler and to follow our dreams. He showed us that even people who don't go to college or don't seem like the ideal person to become successful can actually do it magnificently. He taught us that we should stay hungry and stay foolish.
He's changed music, he's changed movies, he's changed computers a couple of times. He's created industries that we didn't think we needed.
I'd like to take a moment and thank everybody in the Apple community for the heartfelt support I got, too. It really meant a lot.
Oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. We now know those were the last words from Steve Jobs before he passed away.
Well, Steve Jobs always had an ambition to change the world. And he expected to do that by empowering